Good morning. We are excited to be coming to you live for our virtual Vacation Bible School. We apologize for the technical difficulty that happened a little bit before this. Thanks to Refrain, we figured it out, and we are adjusting. So you guys get a second round. So we have a little practice round before this, but we are ready to go for Redeemer and Zion, and really for anybody who's a child of God. This is our virtual Vacation Bible School, and we will be coming to you live about 9 o'clock on today, Monday, Tuesday of this week, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. So we've got 4 days of virtual VBS, and we look forward to getting to connect with you because we were hoping to do something in person, but we are doing this from a safe distance, and we hope to hear from you. You can connect with us on the Facebook pages with your parents. You can send me an email. My email is, we can add that in the comments. You can comment on this YouTube video, but there will be things that we're asking you to engage in, and one of those things will be music, because you can't have Vacation Bible School without music. So we're going to learn some fun songs each day, and today we are having a special treat. Reed Froyland is going to be leading us in a song and explaining how it's going to work, and I will let him shortly share some other details. And we look forward to hearing what you think of it. Maybe you want to send us a video of the song, of you singing it, or maybe a picture with your favorite thing from today. We'll keep you posted. I don't want to give away all the details, but thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to connecting with you.
Well, good morning, everybody, and again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. So if you've seen this before, you found where we were before, but now we're live streaming in the correct place. Vacation Bible School, day 1. We've got a song for today called All God's Critters Got a Place in the Choir. As Madison said, we're talking about creation today, and this song is a wonderful description of all of the animals in creation, or many of the animals in creation. We're going to have you learn the refrain. The refrain in a song is the piece of the song that keeps coming back time and time and time again. And then Madison and I will sing the verses. So, we need you to repeat after me to learn the words to the refrain of this song. Repeat after me. All God's critters got a place in the choir.
All God's critters got a place in the choir.
Some sing low, some sing higher.
Some sing low, some sing higher.
Some sing out loud on the telephone wire.
Some sing out loud on the telephone wire.
And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now.
And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now.
So now we're going to put that together bit by bit with the melody. Again, I'll sing a part of it and then you repeat after me. All God's critters got a place in the choir.
All God's critters got a place in the choir.
Some sing low, some sing higher.
Some sing low, some sing higher.
Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. So we're going to sing the whole song through, and every time the refrain comes up, we want you to sing along at home wherever you are. Here we go. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing high, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. Here's a verse. Listen to the bass, it's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with a big toot-toot. And the old cow just goes through. song of living song everywhere, by the ox and the fox and the grizzly bear, the grumpy alligator and the hawk above, the sly raccoon and the turtle dove. All God's critters got a place in the barn. Some sing more and some sing high, some sing out loud on the telephone wire, and some just clap their hands or paws at anything they got now. It's a wonderful song, isn't it, Madison?
It is, Reed. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. What I really like about the song is it talks about all of the different ways all of the animals are different, yet they're still important in God's creation. And the same goes for you and for me and for all of you out there. We all do different things. I play the piano. Madison can tell stories. You can help your family and friends. You can clap along at home. But everything we do together to help out God's creation. And that's what this song is all about. Thanks for having me here today, Madison.
Well, thank you for sharing this with us. We appreciate it. All right, so as we just sung about all the creatures that God made, our theme for today, if you haven't guessed it by now, or if you're just tuning in, our theme is creation, the story of creation. And this is one of my favorite stories. And yes, it's the very beginning of the Bible. But what better of a place to start than there? And what I like about this story is that there's all kinds of images that you get to think about, from the light and the different animals. And so it's kind of a longer reading. So get comfy, settle in, maybe grab your favorite household pet, or maybe your pillow pet, snuggle in and get ready, because we are going to read from Genesis chapters 1 and 2 through verse 3 of chapter 2. So it's kind of a long one, but it's got lots of good stuff to talk about. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was a formless and empty void. Darkness covered the surface of the watery depths, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. There was an evening, and then there was a morning. Day 1. Then God said, "Let there be an expanse between the waters, separating water from water." So God made the expanse, and separated the water under the expanse from the waters above the expanse. And it was so. God called the expanse sky. Evening came, and then morning, the second day. Then God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and fruit trees on the earth, bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds." And it was so. The earth produced vegetation, seed-bearing plants according to their kinds, and the trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Excuse me. Evening came, and then morning, the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night. They will serve as signs for the seasons and for days and the years." There must be a frog in my throat. They will be lights in the expanse of the sky to provide light on the earth. And it was so. God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule over the day, and the lesser light to rule over the night, as well as the stars. God placed them in the expanse of the sky to provide light on the earth, to rule the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. Evening came, and then morning, the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with living creatures, and let the birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky." So God created the large sea creatures and every living creature that moves and swarms in the water, according to their kinds. He also created the winged creatures according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them. "Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." Evening came, and then morning, the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that crawl, and the wildlife of the earth according to their kinds. And it was so. So God made the wildlife of the earth according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that crawl on the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. They will rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the livestock, the whole earth, and the creatures that crawl on the earth." So God created man in his own image. He created him in the image of God. He created them male and female. God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and every creature that crawls on the earth." God also said, "Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant on the surface of the entire earth, and every tree whose fruit contains seed. This will be food for you. For all the wildlife of the earth, for every bird of the sky, and for every creature that crawls on the earth, everything having breath of life in it. I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw that he had made, and it was very good indeed. Evening came, and then morning, the sixth day. So the heavens and the earth and everything in them were completed. On the seventh day, God had completed his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day, and all his work that he had been done. God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, for on it he rested from all his work of creation. What a story. What a long story, but a great story that tells us of how God created everything on this earth. That's a pretty important one to keep in mind. Good morning, children of God. Whether you are 4 or 14 or you're 84 years old, you are still a child of God. I just wanted to let you know that you were created and are very deeply loved by our God, who created everything for a purpose, and we all have a place and a place in the choir. Wow, what a day that God has made. Not too long ago was my birthday, and that morning, as I was praying, I wondered what song was sung in the church that Sunday that I was born. After I finished my prayers, I got a text from my mom with the song that was sung in worship. And when I read the card, it was again stated that the song that was sung that morning in worship at church was, "This is the day that the Lord has made." And that has always been one of my favorite songs since I was a kid. So the next part of the song goes, "Let us rejoice and be glad in it." When I hear the story of creation, I get a very excited feeling, thinking about all that God has made. And he made every single thing, from ants to tigers to the mountains and wind for a purposeful plan. Wowza, that is a lot of creativity. So let's dig into that creativity that God had. So day 1, God created night and day. One has more light than the other. And God said and saw that it was good. Day 2, God created water and sky. And God said that it was good. Day 3, God created land and seed-bearing plants. And God said that it was good. Day 4, God created lights for the day and the night. That was the sun, the moon, and stars. And God said that it was good. Day 5, God created winged creatures for the sky, sea creatures for the waters, crawling creatures, and the wildlife. And God said that it was good. Day 6, God made man in his image and took from man's rib to make a woman. They are to care for all the things of the earth. And God said that it was good. Day 7, God declared that day holy, and he took a rest. So there's a lot in that story. What stuck out to you? Turn to whoever's in your house and tell them a part that really sticks with you. Maybe it is the lights, maybe it's a certain animal that was said. What was it that God made that really just mystifies you, kind of makes you wonder? And when God was looking at what he had made, did he say, "Oh, that's wonderful," or "It's perfect"? No, he didn't. God said that it was good. But let us rejoice for what God made and be glad in it. God gave us a purpose to care for all those little things to the big things. Do you know some ways that you can do this? Maybe by, instead of stepping on the worms on the sidewalk after a rainy day, maybe you can walk around the worms so that they too can get safely to the other side. Or you can put your plastic water bottles in the recycling so they don't end up in the waters where the fish live. That is how we are called to take care of God's creations. If you haven't read the Chronicles of Narnia books yet, I highly recommend it. The book that was printed first, but is the second story in the series, is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. In this story, we hear of animals that have great personalities and characteristics. The brave lion Aslan reminds us that the human siblings that end up in the magical world, and Aslan reminds us, as well as the siblings that end up there, that there is forgiveness, there's purpose, wisdom, and victory. Sounds like the kind of adventures we need this summer. The author, C.S. Lewis, is one of my favorite writers. He was even friends with the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit books, some other of my favorite books. For the friendship, loyalty, and of course, the adventures that they have. There are similarities in the books, but as friends often do, they support one another and share their ideas. This got me thinking about my friends and how different and similar we are. It started with the three of us in preschool. Then in junior high, we added another friend. And before the end of high school, there was a solid group of 5 of us. As this friendship has spanned now over 2 decades and then some, my friends, we're getting older and doing more things in life. Like my friends are getting married, they're buying homes, and getting the cutest pets. It's amazing to see the variety of gifts that God gave them to care for others, like being teachers or speaking a different language. Psalm 139, verses 13 through 14, reminds me that God knitted me together for a reason and a purpose that will bring wonderful works to glorify God. And I have been knitting since 6th grade. My friends thought I was crazy then, but I'm still knitting now, still probably a little bit crazy. And it started with this navy blue, scratchy, and wonky size scarf on gold-colored size 8 needles. How I remember that, I don't know. But the love for crafting something to gift to others that couldn't be purchased off the shelves, it just blossomed into 2 wooden chestfuls of yarn at one point. I appreciated the varieties of colors, the thicknesses, and the textures, and the blend of the yarns that I would make into projects. I've never been able to really follow a pattern, but I have loved getting the final projects to my friends and families over the years as gifts. When a friend gets married, I make them a blanket as their wedding gift. I would spend a lot of time perusing the aisles of craft stores looking for the perfect yarn that either went with the wedding color scheme or with my friend's favorite colors. I would try to recreate a similar pattern or coordinating for friends, but no blanket has ever been duplicated. Now imagine the creativity and purpose that God put into each and every being that He made, and that He loves them that much. I've tried to count the time that I've put into each blanket, but I realized that seeing my friends grinning and wrapped up in the blankets, and especially now, when I can't give them hugs in person, that they're wrapped up in love. I pray for them as I'm knitting, and those hours are priceless, because their smiles on tough days make it absolutely worth it. And I kind of get an idea of how God loves us that much, that He put into every thought and every detail of who we are and when we get to work together. Now that's an incredible love. Please join me in a prayer. Dear God, we love the creativity that you have, making each creation so unique. We confess that we do not always give the best care to the animals, our brothers or sisters, or the people on earth we are told to protect and care for. Thank you for the varieties of plants, places, peoples, and creatures, that each thing has a purpose for your glory. May we be better caretakers of your kingdom here on earth. Open our ears to hear you, guide our words to share your love, and may our actions reflect your light to all, no matter our differences. In your holy, loving, and awesome name we pray. Amen. All right, so your activity challenge today is, first of all, you're going to draw your favorite animal. And you can draw that on paper. I'd recommend starting to draw it on paper. Then, the second thing you're going to do is you're going to draw that same animal, maybe on the back side of the paper, but with really goofy colors. Like, have you ever seen a pink cat? I've never seen a pink cat. My cat's gray. He would not look good in pink. That's not his color. But you're supposed to draw it in a different or goofy colors. Maybe add some sparkles to whatever creature you draw, and see, I wonder why God created it like this originally. So think about that, about what God made. And then the third thing you can do is to draw your favorite animal, but not on paper, like you may have on the first time. You're supposed to draw it somewhere else. Maybe this time you can draw it on chalk on the sidewalk, or you can take some water and trace that animal out as well on the pavement. Or maybe when you have bath time, you could draw the animal in the soap on the side of the tub. Let's see your creativity. Maybe you can even make it out of Legos. That would be pretty cool. Or even Magna-Tiles. I really like Magna-Tiles, by the way, and I might just go do that after this. But use your creativity. God made you so unique, and He made each animal unique. So let's see how much fun we can have with this. Then I want you to take a picture and say why you're thankful for that animal that God has made. Then you can either email it to me, or you can share it on Redeemer's Facebook page, or maybe on Zion's Sunday School page. But I would love to see those pictures of the creations that you make and why you're thankful for those creations that God made. All right, so that's all that we've got for today's virtual VBS. We look forward to connecting with you tomorrow at 9 a.m. And thank you for listening to today's story of creation. And we look forward to getting to glorify God again tomorrow and learning more about His love for us. Take care, have a great Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow.